Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Muhammad Ameer Hamza and I am from EPE 2B, and the topic assigned to me is array. This is one of important topic in a computer programming. So let us see what is an array and how many types of array are out there. So what is an array? Array is nothing but it is a group of related data items that shares a common name. There is some group of related data items that have a single name that is called array. A particular value in an array is identified using its index number or subscript. You can see a container at the bottom which having four sets. Array is like a container in which we put values of same type. Suppose that there is a group of array and these are all group of related data items that shares a common name. So in each location different data item will be stored, and index number is nothing but 0, 1, 2, 3. These are numbers and these numbers are allocated to each data item in array. Before array we use loop for the initialization. Now we will see the advantages of array. The ability of use a single name to represent a collection of items and to refer to an item by specifying the item number. And number two is it enables the use to develop a concise and efficient problem. You can assign a single name a group of related data item. Next is the declaring array. Syntax, data type, array, name, and then size. So we will see how to declare an array. So the syntax for array is you just have to enter data type and array name and size of the array. Let us take an example how to declare an array. So our first example is float height size 50. This declare height to be an array containing 50 elements. Let us take float height. So it means height is an array name. So this declare height is the name of array. So what type of element these are? Uh, these are float type of element. And now we see the second example. Int group 10. This declare group as an array containing a maximum of 10 integer constant. So this is how we declare an array. We will take example in which we represent a set of 5 numbers by an array can be declared as int array 5. Now we represent how can we represent it in a memory or a memory location. Here array 0 is array name declaring 5 elements. So we have 5 storage location, each occupies 2 byte because we are using data type integer. This 5 storage location each contain 2 byte. An element is an array range from 0 to n minus 1. For element, the range is from 0 to n minus 1. It will start from 0 and ends with minus 1. So it's 0 to minus 1. So this is how we declare an array. Next we come to initialization of array. So how you can initialize? Just assign the element to the particular data item. Array 0 equals to 10, array 1 equals to 20, array 2 equals to 30, array 3 equals to 40, and array 4 is equal to 50. So array int a array 5. So this is how you can initialize an array and can also be initialized at the time of declaration. So at the time of declaration, or else you can declare, you can directly initialize in the previous program. We directly initialize, we just declare the variable at same time we are initializing the value to that variable. So initialization and declaration can be done at the same time. So in the same array can also be initialized at the time of declaration. Next slide is types of array. One dimensional array, two dimensional array, multi-dimensional array. We will discuss one dimensional array with with one example. So one dimensional array can be initialized in two ways. One is compile time initialization and number two is runtime initialization. So either one dimensional, two dimensional or multi-dimensional, you can initialize array at compile or runtime. Now we will write a program for one dimensional array. Program for compile time initialization or sequential for loop. Include studio main. We declare the initializing value. The initialization and declaration is done at the same time. Array with 5 elements, these elements 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. You can enter the value in the program itself, so you cannot change it after runtime. You call it as compile time initialization. Now we are taking the variable int I, as we have to access the for loop, and you can see here CLRSCR. It is used to clear the previous screen, and then for I equals to 0 up to 4 it can be accessed, and total element you can get. It has stored these values %d array 10. It will get printf. So this one dimensional array, we call it compile time initialization. It means we are not entering it from the keyboard. From start of the program you know how to enter the value, so we call it as compile time initialization. Whenever we declare these values, they are stored in it. Then you can see the output element of arrays are 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. Now next we will see the program for the runtime initialization and sequential access. So we are assigning the values of elements of an array. So we declare the array. The difference between the previous program is this, that we declare the value along with the initialization, but here we are just declaring the array and we are not entering the value here. Then we write the printf. We enter 5 elements, so 5 elements have to be entered from the keyboard at the runtime. Then from loop, now scanf to read the value from keyboard, assigning value of element of an array. Now element